Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 4 of Vlogmas. Today we'll be covering all things UGC, and if you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm a UGC coach. I do creative strategy and I do UGC creative direction for agencies. But what I'm most famously known for is the best YouTube video on UGC in 2023. That video has over 45,000 views. It's literally a staple and one of the main reasons why most of you guys follow me, because it walks you through step by step on how to become a UGC creator who's making 4 to 5 figures a month with content creation. So I figured for 2024, why don't we run it back? And I give you the do's and don'ts of what I would do as a new UGC creator in 2024. So that you can have another successful year with UGC, making content creation for brands with having 0 followers and making almost 5 figures. And for those who don't know, hi, my name is Crystal Williams Foster. I'm a digital entrepreneur. I left corporate America in 2020 where I left my job as an HR manager. And I've been on my own making money online. If you would like to see how I made over $1 million since quitting my job, go watch this video. I break down each one of my streams and how you can get started with each one of those streams as well. But if you're interested in building a UGC business in 2024, you're in the right place. Now, if you want to know what UGC is and more of the basics, then I have to recommend that you go and start with the video from 2023. We won't be doing such a granular dive this time around, since that video is such a staple and a key video for those who are starting their UGC journey. So if you need more of a textbook, what is UGC, when you should start, and so forth, go check that video out and then come back to this one. The one thing I will say is the reason why you can start UGC with 0 followers, since that's the prominent question I always get asked, are you sure I can do this? I have no followers. Yes, the main reason why this works and UGC works and you don't need a following is because it's not based off of your followers buying or even your engagement. It's based on you creating such great content that makes people feel something that then causes them to buy. I always say if you can make people feel, you can make them buy. And that's what your content has to do for UGC. It has nothing to do with if people follow you, if you have followers, who you influence, or how many likes you get. As long as your video can convert and drive sales for the brand, they want to buy your content so they can run it on their page. It never has to make it to your page or your followers ever. So no, you don't need followers to get started with this stream of income. Now, if you're getting started with UGC in 2024, the first thing that I would recommend is that you find products around your house to build out your UGC portfolio. Now, if you've watched my portfolio video, which is also an amazing video, by the way, you should definitely check it out. It really walks you through building it out. The one thing I didn't cover in that video, I told you to start with finding products around your house and making your videos. What I didn't cover then, which should have been into that video, is the foundation before creating the videos. See, now that I've done creative direction and creative strategy all of 2023 for brands and agencies, and I've hired over 100 UGC creators, what makes a portfolio truly stand out is using those best practices, those marketing nuances that shows me you understand direct response marketing. And this is something that you learn as a marketer or from working with an agency. In my case, I worked for Verizon at one point as a marketing analyst, and that's where I picked up most of the nuances that I did learn. And then eventually I owned my own e-com store where I had to run my own type of promotions and marketing, and I picked up a few there as well. So the one thing I would recommend if you're starting UGC in 2024, even if you watch my portfolio video, I would recommend that you find the products around your house, but you first and foremost, you go find those individual brands and you go down a rabbit hole of looking at their past ads that they've already ran that have been successful, and you pull inspiration from those. So for example, let's say you're making a video on Avi to add to your portfolio. What I would recommend first is to go to the Facebook library and look up their past ads that they've already ran. Get the inspiration, see what you like, see what you don't like, and see what stands out to you as a consumer if you were going to buy this product. After you dibble and dabble in the Facebook library, take a stroll on over to the TikTok ad center as well. This way you can see the data behind a lot of the ads that Avi has ran. You're able to look up the brand, see the products, see the data, see what's converting, see what worked, and then do an even deeper analysis on what you would like to create for your portfolio. And if you really want to take it a step further with the product that you're going to make videos for, I would say make the investment. It's about $50 a month. I believe they have a 7-day trial free, and download Foreplay. This is what I truly use as a creative strategist as well as a creative director that hired UGC Creators. On Foreplay, you can create boards, so you can actually save specific ads that these brands have ran that you truly enjoy, that stood out to you. And unlike Facebook Marketplace or even the TikTok Center, once an ad is deleted, it's gone. But let's say you had it saved in one of those locations. Well, if you have Foreplay, once you save an ad to Foreplay, it's there forever. So you'll always be able to refer back to it. What I love most is that you can find most brands on Foreplay, as well as you can not only see the top ads, as well, you can also see their ads, but most importantly, you can see how long the ad ran, which is very key when you're trying to pull inspiration. No one wants to pull inspiration from a video that only ran for 7 days, because if it doesn't run for 30 or 60 days, trust me when I tell you it wasn't a good ad. If an ad is running for 30 to 60 days, that means the ad was amazing. That means the ad had very good conversions and was bringing in money for that brand. And those are the ads you should be saving and referring to for inspiration before you create your ads for that specific brand for your portfolio. The second thing I would recommend for any new beginner coming into UGC for 2024 is after you have found your brand that you're gonna create videos for, you search Facebook, you search TikTok, maybe you went on Foreplay, you have an idea of inspiration of what actually worked for them already and what you're going to create, then I want you to take the time to actually write out a script before you film the video. This is something that we did not really cover in that portfolio video that should have been more addressed. In this script, you're going to follow the direct response formula and frameworks so that you're truly creating a video that will convert into more sales for the brand. And if you're saying, Crystal, I really don't know direct response formulas and frameworks, then I would recommend that you click and grab my 5-hour UGC webinar. On that webinar, I teach how to build out your scripts, create your videos, edit your videos, and so much more that every UGC creator should know if they're trying to be hired by brands or an agency. But just to give you a snippet of what that really looks like is you want to start your script off with a very good hook. If you don't know what hooks are doing well currently right now, I recommend watching this video where I go over some of the hooks that are performing for UGC. After having your hook in your script, you should go into more of a pain point. What is a reason why someone will need this product that you're going to make a video for? What does life look like for someone who needs to take Befor, right? This is someone who can't lose weight on their own. What does that feel like, knowing that you've done everything but you can't lose weight on your own for some reason or another? Maybe you're 40 plus, maybe you have PCOS. There's so many reasons why this individual, this target audience would need this product. And in your script, after you hook them, you need to really illustrate what that pain point is, verbally as well as with your B-roll that's going to be on screen when you're editing that video. From there, your script can go into a solution and how this product that you're recording a video for is that solution. Then it'll trickle down into what does life look like now that you've taken the product and your problem has been solved. You want to verbally express what this looks like, but also physically show it with your B-roll as well. Include a call to action to really tie up everything, so overall it becomes a well-rounded direct response formula video. Again, if you need help with any of this, check out my 5-hour webinar. We cover so much in 5 hours. There's no fluff, but I truly break down what I look for as a UGC creative director when I'm hiring UGC creators for my agency. I will tell you this step is so important. Because of this step, That's how I was able to secure positions as creative strategist. That's why I've been able to secure a creative director position. That's how I've been able to hit 10K and 15K months with UGC, because the videos I create for brands follow a formula and framework that converts. And the only way you're going to be able to do that successfully is really having those principles such as a hook and pain point and so forth. So I highly recommend that webinar if you haven't already seen it. The third thing I would recommend if you are new to UGC in 2024, after finding your products, building a script out based on the data and inspiration, would be filming your video on your phone or your DSLR camera, but not inside of an app. I recommend that you film with your phone. The better the phone, the better. Now, I did start UGC when I had an iPhone, I want to say 11, and it worked perfectly fine. But one of the things that helps you stand out is the quality of the video. And so investing in a 13, 14, or 15 iPhone will definitely help you stand out. But filming inside of apps like CapCut or InShot or Instagram or TikTok, the quality is not gonna be where it needs to be. The HDR might be off, or even the ratio, such as you think you're filming a 9:16 ratio and then it comes out and it's not that. So I personally would recommend my third thing for 2024 for new UGC beginners be film directly from the camera that's built into the device you're shooting with, whether that's your phone or a DSLR. The fourth thing that I would recommend if you're new to UGC in 2024 is going to be your editing. I recommend personally that you start to edit with Final Cut Pro or even Adobe Premiere. Final Cut Pro has a low barrier to entry learning curve compared to Adobe Premiere. So I would definitely recommend starting with that one if you're looking for something easier. But I will tell you this, because I'm sure someone's gonna ask, what about CapCut? You can definitely use CapCut. That is something that I used for several months in my UGC journey. The thing is this, even though I used CapCut, I knew how to use Final Cut Pro. I taught myself following videos on YouTube. The reason why I recommend you guys learn it is because it'll help you stand out as a UGC creator. Remember, you want to open yourself up to every possibility when it comes to content creation. UGC is just one stream, and you should never put all your eggs in one basket. Having knowledge of direct response principles will open you up to jobs such as a creative strategist. Like for example, when I got a $72,000 UGC contract just to do creative strategy for an agency. Having the knowledge of how to use Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere will allow you to be able to edit other people's videos or other brands' videos or other agency videos. So no, they're not hiring you for UGC content creation, but you'll edit the UGC videos. If you say you only use CapCut, 9 times out of 10, you're probably not gonna get the job. So do you need it to start UGC? No, you can use CapCut on your phone. That's totally fine. But if you know that you want to open yourself up to more opportunities, I would really take the time out to learn Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere. You're probably going to ask me, well, Crystal, can I use CapCut on my desktop? I personally would not recommend it. I've tried it several times and I've had information go missing. Like I've actually edited 2 videos 2 different times and it got deleted, couldn't find it, it was gone. I will never use it again because of that reason. But if you want to use it, you can. If you want to use it on your phone, I would recommend that over the desktop. That's just me personally. And if you know you really want to open yourself up to more opportunities with UGC, then I would say looking into Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere eventually after you get started, if you started with CapCut. If you need help with any type of editing, zoom ins, zoom outs, adding overlay, green screens, or anything like that, then I have to recommend that 5-hour UGC webinar. We do cover that at the end of the webinar, breaking down how to do the nuances like green screens and so forth for editing for UGC. The next thing that I would recommend if you're starting out UGC, since you already found your product, you already did your research and background studies on what works, what doesn't work in regards to ads. You filmed your video, you had an amazing hook, you used direct response formula for this video that's going in your portfolio. The next thing I would recommend is having an example of the same video with the different intro. You're probably like, what? Well, as a creative director for UGC and looking over tons of portfolios, The one thing that really stood out to me is whenever I would see a creator take the same video but give me a different intro. The reason why it stood out is because as a UGC creator, whenever I would sell my packages, I will always tell them, yes, the price is $500, but you get 2 videos. I'm gonna give you 1 video with the same body, but 2 different hooks. And the reason why this sells and why brands loved it was because one thing we do on the back end as a creative strategist and creative director for UGC is we do A and B testing. We like to test multiple angles. This allows us a higher probability of the ad actually converting into more sales. To do that, I need a different intro. So to have a creator submit to me 1 video with 2 different hooks in the beginning, chef's kiss. If I see this in your portfolio, it tells me you're not a novice, you understand direct response marketing, you understand A and B testing, and that you intentionally thought about how can I make this video the best version possible. And so I would recommend for every video you have in your portfolio, and if you don't want to do every one, at least 2 or 3 of them, have the same video with a different hook to showcase that you understand those direct response formulas, A and B testing, and so much more. And then last but not least, what I would recommend if you're a new UGC creator coming in 2024, I would recommend that you have a portfolio that has tons of variety. One of the things I've noticed hiring UGC creators as a UGC creative director is that when I'm going through portfolios, the content can be amazing. Like the camera quality is great, the lighting is great, but they gave me the same video technically. They just changed up the product. And then they try to call it an unboxing, but in reality, it's still a voiceover. You just opened the box and now you're talking, versus the first product, you were applying it to your face, but you were just talking as a voiceover. I recommend that you truly learn the different styles of videos and give a variety of videos. Show an ASMR, show a voiceover, show a true unboxing. Give me a talking head video and a testimonial. Give me a demo video. Give me a trending sound video. Truly give a variety and use the trending nuances in marketing that's currently working. So when I look at your portfolio to hire you, it doesn't look like you're a novice. It tells me that you understand this, that you've maybe been in the industry for a while. And I can trust that if I hire you to create a UGC video for me, you're gonna execute it with the vision of someone who's trying to get more conversions for my brand. If you need help with any of that, the variety of different types, the voiceovers, you name it, again, that 5-hour webinar is gonna be your go-to resource. Now let's get into what I would not do for UGC as a beginner in 2024. The first thing is going to be, I would not include why UGC in my portfolio. If you watch my UGC video on portfolio layouts, that is one thing that I said you should include almost 2 years ago. And now it's something that when I see it as a creative director who hires UGC creators, the first thing I think is, this person is a novice. If they're still telling me what UGC is, and I just don't have the bandwidth or time to work with a novice creator. So it's a no for me. The second thing I would recommend that you should no longer do in 2024 as a UGC creator who's just now starting out is to show up on Twitter and complain about the brand, the product, what you don't like, that you're not getting deals, that you're not getting inbounds, that business is slow, all of these different things that make you seem as if you're a novice. Again, how you present yourself makes those who have to hire you say, do I want to work with this person? Do I want to work with someone who's a beginner? Do I want to work with someone who's complaining that they're not getting enough deals? If no one's knocking down their door, why should I knock down their door? The third thing I would recommend that you should not do as a UGC creator in 2024 is I would not watermark any of your videos. I know. If you watch my previous portfolio video or even the UGC video from last year, we talk about watermarking our property so that brands can't steal it. Well, the thing is this, brands are not stealing as much as they once were, I'll say that, because they know now you can definitely get sued for using someone's content that haven't authorized you to use their content. The reason why I would say I wouldn't watermark, again, now that I've hired UGC creators all of 2023, the one thing that stands out to me that tells me you're a novice is when I see you have your portfolio and your portfolio is covered with watermarked videos. That tells me that those brands never hired you. It also tells me it's a possibility you've never been hired by a brand, period. When you put a video in there that you created, a UGC example with no watermark, it allows me to believe, oh my God, they worked with Avi? Wow, that's an amazing brand. If they work with Avi, then they should work with me and my agency as well. It lets me believe and assume that you've actually worked with these brands before. Once you watermark those videos, you tell me that you never worked with them. And don't let all of your videos be watermarked, because at that point, I'm honestly believing you haven't worked with anybody in UGC. I'm gonna be your first gig, and now I have the possible headache of working with a brand new creator who's gonna probably need tons of hand-holding, and nor does my team have time for it. So I personally wouldn't watermark, because you really wanna come off as the fake it till you make it type when it comes to UGC online. The next thing I would not do for UGC in 2024 is I would stop half-ass pitching. When I get pitched by UGC creators, I still see this. Hi, I like your collagen thermogenic burn pills. I would love to make videos with them. I can do a day in my life, I'll take them, or I can even do a testimonial video for you. How does this sound? It doesn't sound good. It sounds horrible. That's exactly how it sounds. Bad, really bad. When you're pitching in 2024, you have to stand out. One of the ways you do this, again, is showing me your knowledge on the direct response formula and marketing, and truly painting a picture and illustration of what you're going to do. For example, I'll give you a pitch from my head that I did this week for an infrared sauna blanket. I started off with, I would have never imagined that I could do a sauna on my floor in my living room, but here we are, and now I'm emailing you because you guys have created an amazing product. Hi, my name is Crystal. I'm a UGC creator and a creative strategist. I create high converting ads for brands. I average about a 50% thumb stop ratio on my videos because I like to create multiple videos with different hooks for A/B testing. I would love to create a video for your brand showcasing how women like myself who suffer with high cortisol and high blood sugar can truly reduce their cortisol and their weight by using your products like your infrared sauna blanket. I'm thinking I can do a day in the life of a 38-year-old woman who's trying to balance her hormones. I can also do a video on the top things I'm doing today to balance out my hormones. The third video concept that I've been thinking about is taking the negative approach and the top 5 reasons why I should have never purchased this infrared sauna blanket. And the 5 reasons are truly amazing reasons. Like, my body's no longer in flight or fight mode. I've lost 10 pounds. My nervous system is finally at ease. I'm no longer stressed. My cortisol is down, and so much more. Who can I speak with regarding this opportunity to showcase how your blanket can help so many women who suffer with hormone imbalance every single day? Now you tell me that pitch isn't better than the first one. If you're struggling with pitching in 2024, this is going to really hold you up from being able to hit those 4 and 5 figure months. If you need help, grab my pitch guide. This has helped over 1,000 women pitch for UGC. It is truly one of my best sellers and will change the way you pitch going forward. And then last but not least, the last thing I would not do in 2024 as a UGC creator is give out UGC tips and tricks if you're not trying to be a UGC coach. So when I would have UGC 101s, people would tell me, well, brands aren't really pinging me or following me or reaching out to me based off of my UGC content that I have for TikTok. And I'll go on their content page, and I'll go on their TikTok page, and all I see is 3 tips to become a better UGC creator. 3 hooks you should use in your videos. Why would a brand message you based off of you giving other creators tips? If you're trying to become a UGC coach, that's fine. But if you're trying to truly use your socials for brands to see you and want to hire you, stop positioning yourself as a UGC coach, because then your target audience becomes UGC creators and not brands. Show up every day on Twitter, post your examples of UGC content that you've created. You don't have to use a watermark. If a brand steals it, make them pay. And use that as your body of work using the hashtags UGC community, UGC example, and so forth. And from there, your inbounds will start to inbound. But if you're using your socials, especially Twitter, where you're giving out tips and tricks, you've become a coach and your target audience is no longer brands, but creators. If you want a breakdown of my Twitter strategy that gets me 10 to 15 inbounds a week, then you definitely want to grab that UGC 5-hour webinar, because we do cover that as well. If you have any questions or comments on things that you would no longer do in 2024 as a UGC creator, drop them below in the comments. If this was helpful, give me a thumbs up. Liking the video actually helps. Leave me a comment. And if you haven't checked out my other UGC videos like the contracts or the portfolio, then I'm going to recommend you go watch those next as you start your UGC journey in 2024. And come back here tomorrow. Turn on my notifications for day 5 of Vlogmas. It was a pleasure showing up for you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.